What's happening, people? Welcome back to my channel, Danny FYR. Find your reason. I'm Danny B, aka Stan, aka whatever the you wanna call me. Um, Today, well, this morning's video, we're gonna do a bit of crime time because I came across one on YouTube, but I thought would be pretty interesting. Um, it's called The Strange Case of the Identical Suspects. It's from a channel called Mind of a Criminal. So if you want to go over there and subscribe and show them some love, you can go do that. Subscribe to my channel as well while you're there, please. Don't forget that one. And let's see what this is all about, eh? Sounds strange to me.
Just after 9 p.m. on July 18th, 2008, schoolteacher Gina Coleman was waiting to pick up her daughter near a transit station in Kennewick County, Georgia. She was then approached by a man with a gun who fatally shot the 40-year-old in her chest before fleeing the scene in the victim's own car. A witness immediately called 911.
911. We gotta go in that mall. The lady just got shot.
Where at? That place mall.
Where the bus station at.
Is she breathing? Conscious and alert?
Yeah, she moving a little.
Did you see where the person is that did it?
Yeah, he was in a car, but he pulled off. Like, it was like a baby car.
Gina died a few hours later in hospital due to her injury.
Rest in
Once
peace.
police arrived, a local bus driver who was another witness reported to the police that their suspect was a black male. The bus driver heard a gunshot and saw the man pull Gina out of her car and onto the ground before speeding away. She told investigators that the man they were looking for was wearing a white shirt with green sleeves. Detectives quickly tracked down the car and found that it was dumped 30 miles away at the night of the murder in Forest Park, Georgia.
So previously, when we were using spreadsheets, we were heavily meeting dependent. It took us hours to
They then took the car to the police headquarters to have it thoroughly examined. Initially, all they could find was a single cigarette tip under the back seat.
But sometimes that's all you need to find is a single cigarette butt in it, all the DNA that holds. So if that was from the suspect, then it's game over already for him.
This was a critical piece of information because the detectives knew that Gina was not a smoker, so whoever's DNA was on the cigarette would
See
most
what I
likely
mean?
be the one of the killers. Whilst the DNA was being examined in order to find a match to a person, the detectives were looking through hours of CCTV footage from that night in order to find anyone that met the physical description of the suspect they were looking for. Eventually, they have found something. A CCTV footage from a gas station across the street has shown a man wearing a white shirt with green sleeves.
Still there.
He went into the gas station, left, and immediately returned to buy cigarettes.
I mean,
He bought Bunsen Light Longs, which was the same cigarette found in Gina's car. The detectives then looked for CCTV footage from where the car was dumped in Forest Park. And sure enough, the same man was seen walking away from the restaurant car park where Gina's car was later found. This man was now the main suspect of this investigation.
generally, you're not getting away with these types of crimes in this day and age. You're just not. There's too much. The technology's too far advanced. Generally, you're not getting away with crimes of this nature in this day and age.
The only way the detectives would find out his identity was to wait for DNA results from the lab. When the results eventually came back, the detectives cross-referenced the DNA to thousands of people in the area and found a match. It belonged to a man named Donald Smith. Detectives also found out that the cell phone that Donald had put in previous work applications came back as active in the Forest Park area where the car was dumped on the night of the murder.
So he was pinged on cell phone towers as well in that area of where the murder took place. So I mean,
Police now had all the evidence they needed to arrest Donald and charge him for the murder. Donald was tracked down at a local homeless shelter car park and immediately taken into custody. He was then taken to an interrogation room to be interrogated. He was still under arrest.
Alright, Mr. Smith, what I just explained before, I gotta read you Miranda. Okay, having these rights, you wanna discuss it? I can explain to you.
Yeah, I would like you to just to explain to me why I'm here.
Okay. Really, it's about this vehicle, okay? I'm gonna ask you questions. Have you ever seen this vehicle before or been in it?
No, I have not.
Have you ever met this woman before in your life?
No, I haven't.
That vehicle you said you've never seen before, and the woman you've never seen before, okay? Your DNA ended up in that car.
That's interesting because my DNA couldn't have been in that car because I've never been in that car.
Do you see the issue we're up against? I was hoping you say, yeah, I saw her and I spoke with her and he hung out for a minute and that was it. But I left. When I left, she was very much alive. Well, something like that we can somewhat explain away. But when you say you've never been seen her before, how the hell did his DNA get in the car if he didn't even know her?
No, I've never seen her.
I have a picture basically on a computer. I want you to look at it. Let me know if you recognize it as yourself or not, okay?
Sure.
This is the day I'm talking about.
Oh, am I looking at this guy right here?
Yeah. You're saying that's not you?
That is definitely not me. I don't have a shirt like that. I don't can't see the face of the person, but that's not me.
For legal secret, Professor.
What's the deal?
Alright. I got a fax from them, okay? The phone number, okay, that you listed as a contact number, okay, was in communication in that store at the time that person's in the video. Make sense? And then your cell phone number at the time was 404-200.
Correct.
No, that was not mine. That was my brother's phone number.
Okay, does he live in Gwinnett County? What's your brother's name, sir?
Ronald. Ronald.
Identical
Is he
twins.
older, younger? Does he live at the same address as your parents?
He's my twin.
Twin?
Yeah.
Like born at the same time or identified?
Like born at the same time, like identical twins. This becomes real interesting because, as a matter of fact, DNA is split between 10 twins. It's interesting. They share DNA, identical twins.
So it was. Can only be his brother, man. What can he say? You know, if it's not him, he's not going to want to go to jail for the rest of his life. So it's tough, but
I've never been in that car.
Do you have any explanation for me or Detective Cruz? How would your DNA get in that number and stuff?
I've never don't know the young lady, never seen her. They would have to be somebody who shares my DNA.
okay, there you go.
Conclusion, I'm jumping to what you're saying. If it's somebody sharing DNA, then it will have to be either you or your brother. Your brother's phone. What color is his phone?
No, hold on. I'm not going to implicate nobody else in no crime.
You're not even. I'm just asking you what color is your brother's phone.
Do you know where he's staying?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Where is that, sir?
No, because now you're gonna. Now I guess he's gonna be the suspect.
No, I need to talk to him.
If your brother did something that stupid, you need to go ahead and just educate yourself on the whole situation.
That's crazy, man. Look at all that. Scene of the crime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean,
You're right. I don't think I need counseling on that. This is a difficult moment.
I understand.
it's what I've just been saying, man. It's tough. He's having to basically tell him, look, it's not me, so it's got to be my brother. And obviously he loves his brother. It's his twin brother. But what can you do? You're gonna go spend the rest of your life in jail for something you never done? Because I wouldn't.
You mentioned previously that you would do a polygraph. Do you want to just do that?
What I want to know, now, when I refuse this test, you going to go ahead and book me and take me where you going to take me to?
Right now, you are charged. You are under arrest. I'll tell you what, I'll just go ahead and give you some time, run some fresh water. Lay down. You got the person downstairs, I guess to set it up. Just leave it up to you. Should I can go ahead and take it? You know,
Yeah, I don't know. I'll take it.
okay.
Failed
obviously,
it.
Let me show you the video before. And obviously, you said it wasn't you. He had mentioned to me that you felt strongly it was your brother.
Yeah, and I was fact, and I taking this polygraph, I had no reservations about taking that whatsoever. The lady says that it's show deception. When she was asking me the questions, the only thing I kept seeing was my brother doing something like that. It's devastating, actually.
This has got me confused here right now, because I was believing this guy, but if he's failing a polygraph, oh man, I don't know what's going on. Is he implicating his brother just so he can get off with it? Yeah, it's crazy.
As if anyone that we know, mother and father, to see that same video, anybody we know that that's him. And not only by demeanor, but certainly by dress.
Detectives went to his family home and showed the CCTV footage to Donald's parents and Donald's sister. And
You know what? I forgot to close my window. It's a lovely day outside as well, as you can see. But yeah, the lighting messes the camera up. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Sorry about that. You might be able to hear cars going by halfway through this video, and I didn't realise. So I do apologise if you hear cars going by.
asked them to identify which brother they could see in the video. All three of them said that it was indeed Ronald, and not him. They then called Ronald's phone number that they both used and asked Ronald to come to the police station for questioning. He refused. They decided to track him down and ultimately found out that he was hiding out in his parents' home the whole time. He was immediately taken into custody.
I think we need to draw some blood or something. You want to draw the blood first?
Just,
Well, you tell me what you want to do.
so that my brother can be released.
I want to make sure that the right person is who we're dealing with. If your brother's not, then everything is put into place right now to get him out.
Whatever you're gonna say, could you put it on hold for just a little while?
Why is that?
Just Kate.
While detectives were in the middle of interrogating Ronald, they got a phone call from the lab, and they were informed that a fingerprint was found on the side of the car, which was an exact match to Ronald's fingerprints.
Ronald's.
Although their DNA was the same, their fingerprints were different,
Yeah.
and that was the only way detectives could identify them. They were now convinced that Ronald was indeed the man who shot G&I Coleman, and were now desperate to get confession out of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it right now. I think I found the single biggest productivity hack of 2021. It's this Google Chrome extension called
This is it. After we conclude here in the next few minutes, you'll be taken over to the county jail. And the next time that you see Detective Cruz will be approved, he will present everything he has on the case, which is overwhelming. I mean, video, DNA, prints, phone records. You say you're not responsible for it. Well, what is it that you're responsible for?
I mean, damn.
I don't know what to tell you.
Was this something accidental? something like that, I can almost understand.
It's not prepared to give any kind of a statement.
Okay. This
What's
is
the
the woman.
like?
Okay. Her name was Janai. Okay. She had 3 adopted children. She was a school teacher. Her family, they're very religious people. They were more just wanted to know why than angry. And I promised them I would at least ask.
I can't, I swear I just can't say it right now.
Okay.
When you walked away from that car in Forest Park, I'm sure that you haven't done anything like this. That's just my opinion, but the inevitable is going to happen. You're either going to come to trial, and this thing's going to come in right in front of 12 yours, or, which in a lot of cases, the judges want to know why. When people plead, they want to go, why did you do this? Because they demand, and the judges want you to tell the family why their loved one is no longer with them. That's exactly what they want. Those are the 2 options here. You've been living this for a while, I would imagine.
Sad, man.
This thing's been eaten up at your
Another life wasted for nothing.
Like all of a sudden, this is like all of a sudden on me. And I want to say something. Can I use the bathroom? Okay. I want a cigarette. Okay. And
Come back and talk.
Come back in the room. When they come back into the room, the detective sits in front of the camera instead of Ronald to make him feel at ease and under less pressure, making him more likely to confess. Good move.
Feel more comfortable with it?
I'm gonna give you your snacks. Guilty. I don't know why. It was an accident. It was a hair trigger. I said I would take a car. So I've done before when I was way younger. The gun went off. She said, "You shot me."
This is my auto revolver.
It was 357. It was 5 shots. And then I went something before I ended up doing something stupid again. I took the car down to the forest park there.
No. You know, her family, this was something they really wanted to know as far as closure. Okay?
You can tell them that taking someone's life was not in the mix. It was no part of the picture. You can tell them it was thanks.
Well, thank you. I know that was difficult for you, but I thank you.
In court, Ronald retracted his confession and said that his brother Donald was the man who shot Gina Coleman and not him.
Oh, wow.
However, the jury did not believe this story. On February 6, 2010, Ronald Smith was found guilty for murder and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
He ended up where he belonged, where he
His brother
deserved to
Donald
be for that.
was released on the same day.
How ironic. Anyway, yeah, that was a strange case of the identical suspects. It was pretty interesting, pretty fascinating case actually. Had me guessing there for a moment what was actually going on. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts were about it. And so yeah, for this video, I'm out. I'm Danny B, aka Stan, aka whatever you wanna call me. Until next time, people. Peace.